Hi, guys. I'm very excited to be here with you today and have Giulia and Joe with us because we're going to talk about AI solutions that can be implemented in advertising, in campaigns, in native ads, but also in different ad formats. My name is Kamila Łuksza-Szpyt. I'm head of marketing and partnerships at Voluum. I have been working at this company for over 6 years. And I actually started as a content writer. So this topic of the AI-based solution is very interesting for me as someone who was working a few years back, mostly on content creation. And I'm very excited to share how we are using AI in Voluum with you today. Joe?
Yeah, thank you for having me. I lead our global sales team that works with all performance advertisers. So search arbitrage, affiliates, content arbitrage, basically anyone that's buying on a strict performance goal. I've also been here for a while. I started off as a junior account manager, helping run a lot of the bigger performance buys on our network within the US, and then slowly transitioned more into more of this leadership role. But it's been really exciting. And now that AI is the buzzword of the year, we are going to dive more into it and get after it a little bit. But yeah, excited to be here. Thanks.
Awesome. Oh, that's not you. Giulia?
Hello, guys. My name is Giulia. I'm really excited to be here today. Just a few words about me. As you can see from my name and hear from my accent, I'm from Italy. I moved to London 5 years ago when I started my journey into the affiliate marketing and digital advertising. And yeah, as I said, I'm really excited to be here to attend this webinar today. I'm very passionate about AI and digital transformation and the impact that this new technology can have on our society and in our little world.
Awesome. Thank you, Giulia. So what's our plan for today? Firstly, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna tell those of you who don't know Voluum what Voluum is, and then I'm gonna talk a bit about opportunities and risks. Because when we talk about AI, we always need to think about it, having in mind both of these things. It's not only an amazing opportunity; it's also a risk, a challenge. And it's important to kind of know how to approach this topic. And I'm also going to tell you how we're using AI in Voluum from the product perspective, but also from our own process and team perspective. And then you guys, I'm actually not sure how you are dividing your part.
We're just going to follow like...
Yeah. We're just going to do a little intro, and then Julie's going to actually go into the meat of it and how we're actually using it.
Awesome. Great. And we're going to do the Q&A at the end. If you have any questions during the presentations, you can use the Q&A option here in the webinar. So you can submit the questions anytime, and then we can just answer them at the end. Awesome. So let me just start with my part. So those of you who don't know us, we are an ad tracker, so basically a solution for people who are running paid advertising. They're probably running on different sources, and they want to have one panel, one solution that allows them to optimize their ads and automate them, because running ads takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. It's great to have solutions that can help you make it easier and more effective. We are connected with all the top networks in the world. Obviously, we have an API integration with Outbrain, with other traffic sources as well. And we've been on the market since 2014, so quite some time. And right now we are tracking lots of conversions, impressions, basically an enormous amount of events, something around 500 billion. So that's quite a lot. And we have customers all over the world. So from west to east, from now north to south. And why people use our tool? We're first of all, they want to know where the traffic is coming from, precise geo, language, the vibe time, carriers, basically anything that you can know about your visitors. You can get this information from Voluum. They want to track everything at once. They want to have access to live data. This is something that we are offering to all of our clients. And they also want to control their advertising, their media buying from not one platform. So this is what I've already mentioned. It makes things easier and more effective. They also want to know who exactly is clicking on their ads, which will help them to make smarter decisions and more profitable decisions in the future. And lastly, they want to split the test funnels, and they want to know which landing page variations or offer, which part of their funnel is the most effective one and is bringing the highest profits. So AI in native ads, or basically in any advertising, as Joe already said, AI is the buzzword of the year, and it can be used in very different areas. I decided to kind of focus here on two. So you can use it to automate or optimize ad delivery. And this is something that you can do if the network that you're working with or platform that you're working with is supporting that, right? So actually Giulia and Joe are going to be talking about it, how they're implementing AI on Outbrain side. But basically, this can help you with audience analysis, with insights. It can help you work more effectively with targeting, with your audience segmentation, and with the programmatic media buying. This is something that can definitely help you with the process of the optimization and making your ads more profitable. On the other hand, we also have content creation, right? This is probably this more mainstream aspect of AI. There are very different tools that can be used to create copy and to create graphic images, which are very important when it comes to native ads and advertising as a whole. Well, when it comes to content, when it comes to creating content with AI, we all know that native ads require a lot of them, and there's just a limited number of graphic designers out there, and sometimes it's not that easy to get one on board and help you to create what you exactly need. So with generative AI, you can actually have more options here. You can create more graphic images, which allow you to maybe conduct more tests and see which type of content with very small differences is bringing you more visitors or more conversions. It also allows you to try different angles and approaches. But what is very important here from our perspective is to remember that even if you have these limitless possibilities, you won't be able or you won't want to test them all, right? Because testing costs money, and you don't want to spend everything that you have just to see if this very small piece of your graphic image is going to make a difference, right? So it's also important to remember that, yeah, AI is great. It can help you create different images, but also maybe do not go too crazy when it comes to testing different angles. I really like the fact that AI can also help you kind of find this balance between the ads and the editorial aspect of your page, because I think that getting this balance is something that can really help you get more conversions. And researching your audience, this is something that Giulia will talk a bit more about. Also very important, maybe not connected to content creation per se, but it can definitely help you understand the people that you want to reach better. And also insights. So it allows you to personalize your content and maybe make sure that it's crafted specifically for the audience that you want to reach. Risks. So lots of options and some risks as well. As always, nothing is perfect. So this is actually a slide that my content writer created hallucinations. I haven't changed that. I find it quite funny. I think we have all seen it, that AI is not always telling the truth. And this is very important to remember, that AI is a great source of knowledge, but it's not always telling you the truth. Like you cannot really check what is the source of what AI is telling you. So it's really important to remember that it really needs to be checked by humans. It can be very useful if you're creating any piece of copy or content, but it will definitely need some work on your end as well. Data privacy, this is something that is extremely important when it comes to AI, because we have these new tools that weren't here even a year ago, and we put a lot of information into them. So it's very important to have data privacy politics in your company based on the processes that you have implemented, to make sure that the data that you're putting there is the data that you can put there. So nothing connected to your customers, nothing that should be protected and needs to be protected. You definitely have to keep that in mind. I mean, you probably don't have to be too cautious about it. When I started to use AI, and I was even writing posts on LinkedIn, I was taking away my name and the name of my company just to so AI won't know that I'm writing it. I mean, this is way too much, that's for sure. But I'm just saying that it's important to just keep in mind what you're putting in. And copyright issues, maybe it's not an issue per se right now, but it may be. So this is also something worth keeping in mind. Right now it's legal to use, but we don't know how this is going to look in the future. And when it comes to AI solutions in Voluum, we actually have a few things that we have had for a while now, and now we're just working on improving how those solutions can help our clients. And the first one is the optimal traffic delivery with machine learning, AI-based A/B testing, automatic A/B testing, and also passing conversions to different sources to train their algorithms. When it comes to the first one, so this traffic distribution, well, we are using machine learning algorithms to make sure that the customers are able to choose the best converting paths, weights, and landing pages and offers. So if you have a lot of campaigns and you're using different elements for those campaigns, you can use this feature to make sure that the element of your campaign that you want the traffic to go to is going to be the best performing one. So it's actually pretty great. And if you're using Voluum, I really encourage you to check it out. You can also use it for automatic A/B testing. We all know that in native advertising, or basically any advertising, A/B testing is important, especially if you have a lot of different versions of landing pages. It's really awesome if you can do the automatic A/B testings with the use of a certain solution, because if you have to do them on your own manually, it may be very time consuming. And here in Voluum, you can actually determine which part of the campaign path, lander, or offer is performing best for given conversion goals, which is also important, that you can set what the conversion goal should be. And lastly, we have the API integrations with different sources. And so basically, if you're recording a conversion in Voluum using any tracking methods, you can later pass your conversions to the networks, which means that they can later use this data to get you better traffic in the future. And the last thing, so I really think that using AI solutions is not only about implementing them in our daily work, so we can write content better, or we can run our ads more effectively. It's really important to also have AI-based solutions in our processes and in our structures. And this is actually quite interesting. it's been said that Generation Alpha, so people who were born after 2012, they're going to be AI native, which means that for them, automation of these very basic tasks is going to be something, super easy and something that they do natively. Well, we're not that lucky, since I guess that's most of us or everyone who is on this call have been born before 2012. It is important to kind of get acknowledged with this technology and start implementing it in your businesses right now. So when it comes to us, when it comes to Voluum teams, we're using OpenAI, but also some tools from Google, such as Enterprise Search and Generative AI Studio. And some of the examples that we have recently implemented in the last month. So we are using Chat GPT on our volume.com page. So if there are leads that want to learn more about our solution, they can talk with the chat that we have implemented based on our AI. And we had more than 2,000 interactions since mid-April. We also have a bot on our doc.volume.com, so our technical documentation, and also some of their customers who have very technical questions, they can interact with this bot as well. The bot has learned everything that we have in our technical docs and also in some of our internal materials. So it's really easy for it to give the precise answer very quickly. And also what we are doing right now, we are getting more insights about prospects. It's all about knowing who you want to reach out to. So more than 30% of our lead base in our CRM has been enriched with some type of additional data from LinkedIn, from social media platforms, and other sources. And I can also tell you that we are using this semi-automatic follow-ups after onboardings, after Zoom calls, Google calls. I'm sure that you have a lot of them as well. It's super useful to have automatic meeting transcripts, and then use it to, for example, prepare the main bullet points after the meeting. It's not going to do the whole work for you, but it can definitely minimize the work that you have to do. And that's it from me. Thank you very much. And now we're moving to Outbrain, and someone is going to take over.
All right. Nice stuff. You guys can see what I'm looking at full screen here?
Yeah.
All right. Outbrain. Those of you guys that joined, I'm sure you know Volume and Outbrain. So we're going to run through some of the really cool stuff you might not know, especially on the AI side. But first things first, we want to talk about scale. And I think the biggest thing with Outbrain and a lot of native players out there is it's connecting to audiences at scale across the open web. One of the main things for us is you can reach over a third of all the world's consumers. So not just US, not just specific European countries, but through Outbrain Direct, reaching about a third of all consumers. And then we also have Zemanta, which we'll talk about in a slide or two here, but that's Outbrain's DSP, to where you can access even more individuals, because we connect with over 55 different SSPs. So a little bit more on that later. But over the past probably 5-6 years, we've really dove heavy into the performance world, especially with things like I mentioned at the onset, affiliates, search, all direct response advertisers. We have a team of over 40 people globally that just focus on these verticals too. So not only from a tech side, which we'll talk about, but from a people side, the investment in Outbrain and Zemanta is, it's pretty serious, especially in the world of native, because we know how big this world is. It's all about driving outcomes. All our account managers, sales, everyone on this team is thoroughly embedded with what people care about on the affiliate and performance marketing side. So very excited to be part of that team. And Outbrain's been around for a while. We've been around for over 17 years, founded in 2006. We were the first native players out there, which was really cool. I've been here for 7.5 years, so I've seen most of this timeline other than the first two. But AI has always been a part of our DNA, even thinking about this past year and how everyone's generating images, headlines, and all the stuff that Kamila said too. Being in an ad network, especially a global ad network, you have to use AI and machine learning in your every day, every minute, down to the every second, because we're serving so many bids consistently to try and place certain ad units, win certain inventory for certain advertisers, all that kind of stuff. But in the beginning, Outbrain was just publisher based. So we were just a publisher solution, helping folks like CNN, Fox News, ESPN, actual publishers shift around their internal organic content to try and make it a good experience for the user. And that was all based on AI, machine learning, contextual signals. So we were built on the back of that, but then we started to realize that these publishers needed to monetize their traffic more. So we started to bring in brands, performance advertisers quickly after that. Won't go into everything here, but if you think about all of the algorithms that help us reach our goals and our advertisers reach our goals, taking in signals on daily and hourly basis about trending articles and where to put certain verticalized articles. If you're a home security product, we're going to put you on a home security and maybe a news type article to try and match that relation very quickly and timely. So there's a lot of things going on the AI side. And even now, talking about creative generation using images, headlines based on the actual landing page that you would submit to the Outbrain dashboard. Giulia is going to talk a little bit more about that. But there's a lot going on. It's always been at the core of Outbrain. I think that's the biggest thing, especially more recently. So there's Outbrain, which is our parent company, and then Zemanta, which is Outbrain's DSP that we acquired back in 2018, 2017, somewhere around there. It was when I was still back in New York and not out in California. So it's been a little while. The main differences here is Outbrain is working one-to-one direct with the platform, right? There's a lot of different native platforms out there. Won't say the names, be a good panelist here, but you can go and Google and find them. That's working with our one-to-one publishers. Zemanta is more of our programmatic exchange where you can access 55 different SSPs to buy media on a performance basis. The biggest thing that I've seen from being in this world for so long is programmatic native hasn't ever really been great. It's not really built for performance. It's built for high CPM, high ticket brands that want to run awareness campaigns. They don't really care how much their CPM is because they're just getting in front of the right audience. But that changed with Zemanta. Zemanta founded this performance native space, all based and being able to bid on a CPC instead of a CPM. So they've been doing that for years, and the Outbrain Zemanta partnership marrying was perfect. I mean, it aligned on a lot of goals for us. We both use AI and machine learning to do bids. On the Amplify side, on Outbrain, our code is directly on the page of publishers. So we get a lot of that first party data and signaling to help our campaigns optimize better. There's a lot of different things that we do on this front, like the contextual targeting, interest-based targeting, all based on what consumers use. And then there's some other things we're going to talk about on the next slide too. But on the Zemanta side, it's all RTB bidding. And we're going up against a lot of different ad networks trying to be in the same bucket and fight for that same inventory. So the machine learning and AI on that side has to be like top notch, or else we're not going to win that inventory. But you can see the numbers on the bottom, over 1.3 billion impressions, global unique people actually impressions, and then 350 billion a day. So we're serving those at a rate that's pretty extreme. And in order to win those bids, your AI and your tech has to be smart, and your machine learning has to be smart in order to calculate that bid. So Zemanta is just the next level in terms of native and being able to find success on native. And we're really excited about that, especially for the back half of the year. So I'll let Giulia talk about a little bit more AI and ad creation.
Thanks, Joe. So yeah, to just go back on what Joe was showing on our timeline, Outbrain obviously has been leveraging AI technology since 2021. And we have many tools that has been taking advantage of artificial intelligence. One of these is the creative optimization tools with title suggestion that was recently integrated with ChatGPT early in 2023. And
I'm sorry,
yeah,
Giulia, I
basically-
just have one question. Are you sharing the screen right now? Because I see something weird.
I don't. So because Joe will take the next slide. So the thing is, I'm not gonna share the screen right now. I'm gonna share it when it's my time to speak, because we're not. If not, we're gonna go forth and back, and it's a bit confusing. So I believe it's better if we just.
Okay.
We
I
just
just
go
want
to
to make sure that everyone is seeing the slide, because I just see it in the top corner. I don't know. Can someone tell us?
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's-
Right. Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, as I said, this tool, it's really simple to use. When you're setting up your campaign and you're in the dashboard, you just copy and paste your landing page URL. The system will automatically scan the content of your landing and will come up with some title suggestions that are already following our content guideline. And yeah, as you can see, the tool is currently available in this language: English, German, Spanish, Italian, French, and Dutch. And close to 10% of our marketers currently adopted the tool. And I believe the big benefit of using this is being able to generate a number of variation of a headline. We all know how testing is key in affiliate marketing, and to stay ahead of the competition, we need to test constantly variation of headlines and image. And I really believe this tool is saving a lot of time and human labor, and helping us maintaining a good result. So Joe, you go on.
Yeah, good deal. Creation is huge. The other piece of this, though, is all the targeting and predictive signals that are going on. The really one I want to hone in on is lookalike audiences, because we've kind of already talked about contextual and interest targeting, but lookalike audiences is something that a lot of the larger brands use across Outbrain and agencies, because they want to make sure they're honing in on the highest quality audience possible. So what they do is they upload a list of first-party data through an external DMP, because Outbrain and Zamantha, we don't touch any customer data, but they upload it there. They match it to our own data, and then you can target it specifically one-to-one in our dashboard, but you can also build a lookalike audience. So let's just say you're an affiliate or you're an offer owner and you have a list of 10,000 people that have purchased the product. Yeah.
Sorry, but the slides are not visible right now. So we can just see the speaker, and the slides are small. So you have to share.
Weird. I could see them. So weird.
Do you still not see them?
I see them.
Yeah, I think now it's great. Is it good now? Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
There was an issue with the chat, so thanks for the action.
Good stuff. Yes, thank you in the chat. Thanks to the chat. I feel like a Twitch streamer. Okay, so we're talking about lookalike audiences, right? And I kind of already gave the spiel. The slide isn't really that important, because it's all about what we're saying, but you can upload that list of customer data and then build that list of 10,000 people and grow it to 1 million, 2 million, 5 million people that exhibit similar content consumption behaviors and browsing across the open web. And that's like the epitome of AI for an ad network, I think, to be able to reach and hone in on the people that you actually want to, especially the high value users. I've talked to a couple of our customers about this before, but I think it's one of the main things that we can take from the brand and agency world, because affiliates and direct response so focused on last click and driving that conversion. And if it's not working, well, hey, I'm just going to turn the campaign off. But nobody really does any retargeting or lookalike audiences. And I think we can learn more from that, especially if you have a long time preference when you're running these ads, and not just looking for a quick win. On the Zamantha side, same type of deal. We use AI to use predictive programmatic deals to be able to reach individuals. And a lot of it is based on past buying activity and traits like that, to be able to get in front of the right audience, whether it's an e-com product that helps VSL or maybe lead gen for solar, right? All those data signals are ingested every single second and used to try and win that bid based on when we think someone's actually going to buy and convert. So again, probably the best programmatic native to display DSP out there, and really excited. It's something that we can work with. The last piece I'll touch on is privacy. Kamila touched on privacy as well. I've been at Outbrain for a bit, but we have always been the white knights of the privacy world, and do everything to make sure we're not getting our hands slapped for things that we're not supposed to be doing. I think we were the first native player to be certified GDPR, CCPA compliant, and then also with some third-party external tools as well. So it's been at the core of what we've done for a very long time. Users can say if they do or do not want their data stored at Outbrain. We are super detailed. I will use the word detailed about compliance and content and what we can and cannot run on the landing pages to make sure that they fit within all the particular guidelines. And then obviously all the publisher widgets on the page are really clean and set to how they need to be. So we try and do our best there. I think we've always done it extremely well. It's not something any brands or agencies have to worry about from a privacy standpoint. So yeah, that's my little part. I'm going to kick it over to Giulia to start sharing a little bit more of how people use third-party tools on Outbrain to find success.
Okay, can you see the screen now? We're good, perfect, thank you. So hi again, guys. So this last part of the webinar, I just wanted to touch on third parties AI and their application in our world. We are obviously all aware of the impact that this technology have on our industry, that has completely changed our day-to-day task. And I believe this is only the beginning of this digital revolution. In fact, I was reading an article from ChatGPT. They were saying by 2025, 30% of the marketing content will be AI generated, starting from the 2% in 2021. And by the same year, AI would support 70% of the digital and marketing communication. So very crazy number. And this is why I believe it's important to start this conversation around AI, testing this tool and sharing our knowledge in order to maintain a step ahead of the competition. So I believe we are all aware of the application in theory that these tools can have. So I thought it was nice to just show you guys some example on how we practically use this tool to enhance our campaigns and our content. So first of all, we are seeing a great impact of these tools in market research and creative brainstorming. In fact, obviously, we can with ChatGPT and Bing, we can quickly gather information on the product audience, on the pain point and desire, on a product seasonality, on keywords trend. And I believe this is having a great impact, especially when it comes to we know that affiliates are constantly testing different products, and maybe it might come the time when we don't know anything about the product we're testing. I remember one day we needed to launch a campaign about double windows glazing, and we didn't know anything about that. So that that's where ChatGPT and Bing could help us a lot by giving us these market insights. And the same when we are running a product that is in a very competitive space. I can think about, I don't know, solar panel, typical lead gen, and we want to differentiate from the competition. So we can use this tool to help us finding these different angles for this. Another field we're taking advantage of AI tools is obviously the creation of landing page. And what I always encourage marketers to use this, as in the prompt, you can actually integrate a lot of elements, such as, I don't know, our content guideline, the keywords that we found were trending thanks to the market research we had in Bing or ChatGPT, or some kind of audience angle. So I believe it's really, really useful for when we need to create a new landing page, and also when we want to create a variation of a current landing page. I think, for example, like when we were doing a campaign about the skincare product, and it was running during the year, and like summer came, so we thought, well, don't we put down this landing page in a different way, trying to stress the fact that UV rays have a bad impact on the skin. And we did that, and in just about 2 seconds, we were able to generate a compelling landing page with this content. Apart from the tool that we have on our dashboard, we can also take advantage of ChatGPT and Bing to generate headline. And then when I do that, I always try to integrate some prompt on these, like some elements on the prompt. For example, when I want ChatGPT to get me some headline variation, I usually ask, can you put it down with a maximum 75 character, which is the length of the headline that we support on Outbrain. Or, for example, I request a certain content rules to be met in our headline. So I usually ask, I don't know, if it's a weight loss kind of headline, I usually ask, can you make sure that the weight loss doesn't exceed a kilo per week, and so on. So an example of a typical prompt could be, for example, hey, can you give me 5 title variation that won't exceed 75 characters that will take into consideration these rules, and also I really like to integrate also some kind of stylish element. Like I know that when we request some headline, we usually get some very aggressive kind of headline. When I usually get my results, I ask ChatGPT to change a bit the style of it and put it down as a news title. We're a native platform, so we need to make sure that obviously our headlines are good for the type of traffic we get. And last but not last, I wanted to touch on the AI generator, image generator. I believe this is a great tool. We all know that obviously, like the most up-to-date tool come with a very high price tag, but I recommend anyway my clients to use them, because sometimes images that are not that perfect and look a bit rudimental can still have a very good result and drive a very high CTR. So obviously we don't need to, like, we should avoid being gross or obviously trying to maintain a certain quality of image, but we could see very good results in this term. And obviously the main impact this have is when we need to create an image of something that we don't find in the web. I remember one day a marketer was struggling a lot because we needed to represent a rural house with some solar panel, and it should have looked like a Spanish house. And we couldn't find anything on the web until we had the idea of putting the prompt on DALL-E, and we got this very good result that drove very, very nice CTRs. So that's it. I would say, like, in general, like the great benefit I'm seeing as an account manager working with these tools and with my marketers telling me, sharing their feedback about this tool, is the fact that we are able now to test a high number of variation without spending time and without the human labor that 2 years ago this job was requiring. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. If you have any question, please let us know.
Thank you, Giulia. We actually have a few, but before we answer them, I just wanted to ask you about one thing. So when you are writing the prompt for AI, for, let's say, ChatGPT, are you using words, please? Like, or are you just saying, give me something? I'm just asking out of curiosity.
You know what? I fear AI, so I prefer to refer as a dear and ask, how are you? And say, please.
Oh my God,
that's
really?
a personal feeling. Yeah, no, to be honest, I really like to do that. But anyway, you can avoid that. But I really believe the prompt needs to be clear, and especially like the more information we get, the better it is. Please is not necessary. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I do the same thing. I don't know about our audience here, if they're adding any human touches to the prompt. I mean, I feel this is very, human thing to do to say please. But yeah, okay. Yeah.
I speak to them every day, so I feel like a close friend now.
Okay, so I have a question from Stuart. So are you able to pass the A/B testing and delivery into standard DSP? I assume that this was a question for me. So if you are using redirect tracking, then yes, you can do automatic A/B testing, and you can use the features I mentioned before that are based on AI. If this is the tracking method that you choose. If you want, you can ping me on LinkedIn or via email, and I can check it out for you specifically for this DSP, but I don't think it should be a problem if the tracking method if the right tracking method is in place. And we also have another question. So is the quality of content produced by generative AI is going to increase the quality of content? Giulia, Joe, do you guys want to answer this question?
Yeah,
I would say, yeah, you go ahead,
Sorry,
Giulia.
Joe, go first.
After you.
No, go first.
For me to go?
Sorry.
I was going to say 100%. I was reading some news that most of the AI right now is built off of chips and technology from 2020. So you can think about all the new NVIDIA things that are coming out this year and over the next couple of years. Like those are all used by a lot of the private sector and things that are going on. So I can only imagine what's going to be doable in the next like 6 to 18 months. It's going to be a lot different.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. And also to add on this, like you need to imagine that AI at the end is learning from the prompts we're giving to them and from the results we're getting. The AI is actually getting an update. So this is why this technology are growing so fast and getting better and better with this speed, because obviously, like every day we're basically nourish them with new information, and this is the way they develop.
Yeah, I also totally agree with you. On the contrary side, my husband today read an article to me that apparently AI is learning based on those, on the millions of talks that it has with humans, and it's apparently getting dumber after talking to us. But this is not my official statement. I'm just sharing something that was found in one of the latest researches. But definitely, I also would agree with Giulia and Joe that the content is going to be better. But still, it's worth to use it right now and start to learn these technologies, because they're only going to be more in use and probably more advanced. So the sooner you start, the better. And I also have one more question. What can be utilized for AI best? I think that the thought behind this question was what is the best thing for AI? Like what should you use AI in? I don't know, guys, do you have any ideas on the question?
I'll go a little bit more broad with it. I think because we gave a lot of good examples here. I think in general, like when people are concerned about AI and taking jobs and all this, like, hysteria and stuff, I'm really excited about the opportunity for AI to take some of the busy work and just general work off of people's plates so they can go back to being creative and doing what they're passionate about. Like, I think all of us have these jobs, which are great jobs. And I love marketing and affiliate marketing. I love everyone I work with, but I also really like music. I also really like taking photos. Like, I think the world in general, like use AI to take some work off your plate and then go be creative, get healthier. I don't know. I know that's not really the right answer to the question maybe asking here, but just a little positivity that I've been thinking about recently, because I think the world in general needs more of that stuff. Like, we need more creativity and we need more arts. We need more of that. So I'm excited. Maybe AI will get us there more so than we're doing right now.
Awesome. Thank you. Giulia, anything to add?
No, I believe like it's kind of a tool that is democratizing intelligence, if you want to say it like that. Like, to think about it, I don't know. I don't know nothing about UK law, and right now I can create a company and just ask ChatGPT to give me some kind of notion about that. And of specific cases, of course, we need to take these words with some kind of like, we need to be aware of what I'm saying. Like, where obviously this one can't a lawyer from the planet Earth or a dietist, or but it's true that right now we're seeing a moment, a very exciting moment in which we're able to do many stuff, even if we don't have the full knowledge of it, thanks to a tool that is available for everyone. So I believe that's the big power of AI, and this is the reason why it will transform the world so much. So that's it for me, really.
Yeah, I can also tell you that I'm quite excited, and I think that if used fearlessly, so just like, you know, with an open mind, it can be very helpful when it comes to like those smaller tasks that were repetitive and we didn't like them. It can really help us to have more time for the creative things that Joe you just mentioned. Awesome. We don't have any more questions, and I think we are running out of time, or actually ran out of time 4 minutes ago. So it was great to have you guys here. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming, and have a lovely day today. See you.
Thanks, everyone. See ya.